Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about the solar eclipse that is happening August 12th. This is the new moon. And as I always say, eclipses are when the shadows are cast. And this means in the darkness, something will come out that you didn't know about. And many times it can deal with the past. Why do I say that? Because this eclipse is with K2. And this is a total solar eclipse. And as I've mentioned before in the monthly prediction, this eclipse path will be, and the eclipse path is where it's most seen, clearest on Earth, is going to be Greenland, Iceland, and Spain. This is where there's going to be the biggest changes and activities that need to be watched, whether they can deal with earthquakes or just major shifts and difficulties around those countries and those regions in the world. Iceland is known for volcanic eruptions and earthquakes, so this needs to be watched. Now, the other thing is that this solar eclipse happens at 25 degrees of Cancer. And Cancer is a sign of protection, which means we need protection during this time. It means that there can be a crisis in terms of the need for protection. Jupiter is in Cancer right now with this eclipse, which means that this is a very spiritual eclipse. Things are coming out that need to come out and change the world for the better. But always, when you uncover things from the darkness, it's very uncomfortable. And there's usually a lot of chaos around it. But it is necessary and needed. And Jupiter being in Cancer means it will bring good things to follow. Mercury is also in the sign of Cancer, and Mercury is where our thoughts are. So we're looking for protection. We're looking for the need to be secure. And with all the threats of war going on the planet right now, this is what it's all about. The need to be secure. Pluto opposes all of this. Pluto deals with huge transformational energy. And that is what's happening this month. We can't escape that there is so much going on. Another thing I just noticed is that this eclipse, Jupiter and Mercury, all in Cancer, are surrounded by Mars and K2. It's actually in Vedic Astrology called the Kartari Yoga. When two natural malefics surround planets, they're sandwiched in, and there's not a lot of freedom. It's like things are hemmed in, and there's not a way out. But this Jupiter means the good is going to come out of it. So I am not preaching fear, I am preaching truth and to not be afraid. When you're in fear, you're not living. This is a time to live, to be joyful about the things that are surfacing to clear the air. This is fantastic. So another thing that's going on during this time is Jupiter, while it's in Cancer, is casting a trine to Saturn, creating a time of productivity. Things are going to be fruitful in the future with this. Yes, we got to go through a difficult period. And yes, this eclipse is actually occurring in the 8th house of the United States chart. And that means the uncovering of all the corruption, the past, the stealing, the untruths. And of course, I'm always thinking about what's happened before. The cover-ups, the Kennedy cover-ups. You may not think that's important because you probably weren't around during that time. But it really did set the stage for the dishonesty of this country that talks about being so democratic, when in reality, the CIA, the government, had something to do with the death of the president. Wow. Anyway, all of this is coming out now. And the only thing that can come of it is the truth, brings freedom and a healing. And sets the stage for a much better world and society. Because once the truth will set us free. And of course, all the cover-ups with the alien life, that's all being revealed. None of this can be kept secret anymore. It's all out. But most of all, this eclipse is happening in the nakshatra called Ashlesha. Ashlesha is a nakshatra that deals with healing. It deals with the snake energy. And the snakes are sneaky, but they also represent healing in many respects, such as the medical staff in medicine is the snakes that twine the pole, and that represents medicine and healing. And that's what I think this eclipse will bring. New revelations in healing. And as the snake sheds its skin, so is what's happening now. The old is being shed for a new world in society to be replacing it. So this eclipse will bring transformation, change, and things will get really shook up in the process, probably with earthquakes and even new awakenings with government and power. Ultimately, this represents radical change. Many of the old leaders will leave, step down, possibly even die, but there are changes that we can't ignore this month. And another thing about this being in Cancer, in Ashlesha. Ashlesha can deal with power, deep and dark power. But this power is of both sides, the yin and the yang, the duality. And this is what is at odds right now, always is. But it's more evident now because as the light gets brighter, which is happening now, the dark gets stronger to try to extinguish it. So we have these really extreme duality and polarity happening on the planet right now, especially dealing with protection and war and peace. This is what this month will bring. And with Jupiter being there in Cancer, there is a healing. That's what this uncovering will bring. That's what this eclipse is going to bring. This is an eclipse of true transformational power. And it's time for us to all be alive and fearless and help one another. That's what it's all about, healing. And there's going to be many new medical discoveries and healing on the planet. People are going to get stronger to help one another. And this is what this transformation is all about. People recognizing their power, waking up, and coming together in the most beautiful light ever. Even though the darkness will have a louder voice, it is, what I want to say, the collective unconsciousness of the people that is the powerful side that is not as boisterous. The quiet majority is healing the planet now. So with that, I think I'll close. Remember, if you would like to learn more about me, you can always go to my website, galacticcentre.org, sign up for my free newsletter, become part of my Patreon group, which is a spiritual community. But most of all, if you want this guidance daily on your phone, get my Galactic Planner. It is out as an app, and it is the best astrology app out there. Take it from me. All of the questioning that you can ask Joni on my app, comes from my teachings and my books, not from the internet that can be totally wrong. So with that, I think you will love it. You can learn more about it. Go to the website, galacticplanner.com. And if you want to learn and be my student, which now is the time, semester 1 starting, go to my university website, which is universityofvedicastrology.com. Thank you.